Many times you don't carry clothes for Finalu?
More than 4 times, sir.
More than 4 times. Who you dey sell them for?
So all Igbo people.
Igbo people.
Yes, sir.
Hello my fellow Biafrans, I have come again. But before I say anything concerning this video, I beg, help me and share this video because this one is very, very important. And I want the genuine Biafrans, those ones that are following me, to just calm down and watch this video because I don't know what is wrong with
Many times you don't carry clothes for Finalu?
More than 4 times, sir.
More than 4 times. Who you dey sell them for?
We went to Benin to go and speak for that place.
Igbo people.
Yes, sir.
Any of the day here?
No be waiting carry me come, but I want genuine Biafrans
This one we dey here.
and watch this.
Who can be the next one?
And see how this boy,
You see they sell for your brother?
Igbo people's image.
That Finalu so if you come, how you take the carry the clothes?
Video so that
If
If the day outside, you just come, you go carry for outside. The 4 times we don't come, when and when, which house and which house? Finalu.
the same place where I
And we like Simon Ekpa,
The same
we like
place.
Biafra.
Yes, sir.
You carry vigilante
in
uniform.
prayer.
Yes, sir. I can't close the uniform.
Because it is
What do you want use the
time,
vigilante
it's our
uniform
time
do?
to
I
pray
don't
for
know
you,
if
because make our-
You blind? You want to use a thief?
supporter of a Muslim camp, you are supporter of a Biafrans, I beg.
They turn the back. You know this na vigilante uniform.
And
Oga?
not watch this video.
Oga?
See how this boy, this
Wetin
our
be your
brother
name?
now, went to another people's community and go and steal from
Where
that
are you
place.
from?
Now they catch the boy now.
Ebonyi State.
He said that all those
How long you
people
don dey
dey
Benin?
steal, na Igbo people they buy am for him
This
hand.
year.
So
You know this man?
I don't know this man.
come in
no.
peace.
Okay. What be your name?
Ikechukwu.
Ikechukwu who?
Agochukwu.
Where are you from?
Imo State.
Where for Imo State?
Olo.
Where for Ono?
Obioya, sir. Obioya.
Obioya.
Yes, sir.
How long you don dey Benin?
3 years, sir.
3 years. Wetin make dem carry you come here?
Kind person close, sir.
For where?
Finland, sir.
Finalu. How many times you don carry cloth for Finalu?
More than 4 times, sir.
More than 4 times. Who you dey sell am for?
So all Igbo people.
Igbo people.
Yes, sir.
Any of the day here?
Yes, sir.
Who?
So I there, sir.
This one we dey here.
Yes, sir.
Who can be the next one?
This one I give my brother I say
You see they sell for your brother?
yes, sir.
Okay. That Finalu so if you come, how you take the carry the clothes?
They send am for outside, sir.
If the day outside, you just come, you go carry for outside.
Yes, sir.
The 4 times we don't come, when and when, which house and which house for Finalu?
That the same place where I carry down yesterday.
The same place.
Yes, sir.
You carry vigilante uniform.
Yes, sir. I can't close there. I don't have the uniform. I can't close this.
What do you want use the vigilante uniform do?
I don't even have the uniform.
You blind? You want to use a thief?
The back. You see, they turn the back. I don't have the uniform.
Huh?
They turn the back. I don't have the uniform.
They turn the back.
So now.
You know this is vigilante uniform. Oga?
Sir,
What be your name?
Monday Atma.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ebonyi.
Ebonyi State. How long you don dey Benin?
So I come Benin this year.
This
March.
year. You know this man?
I don't know this man. No.
Okay.
I said that our park.
Okay.
Now he come meet me for where he at the eat say the hungry. Say they want the polo where he want see.
Okay.
Say whether I go fit buy the polo may eat. I tell her say me no get money. Oh. Say keke what they drive now people they give me hand over. I never get my own.
Okay.
Say me a man to I say you need the blood.
Okay.
Give her 1,000 I carry the polo give me. That's the way we take now.
How much you take sell the polo for you?
Say 1,000 for me.
1,000.
As he dey here, if he say
Wait till Oga, just make you explain more. How many times you don follow am buy cloth?
so that polo wey he say give me.
Lie.
How many times you don sell for am?
More than 2 times, 3 times.
More
I
than.
don't say joggers.
I know small na argue. Wetin and wetin you sell for am?
I don't say polo for. I don't say joggers for.
You don sell joggers for am.
Yes,
You don sell polo for am.
Yes, sir.
How much you take sell joggers for am?
1,000 give me that day.
1K.
Yes, sir.
That's good.
Greetings, Biafrans. Greetings, lovers of freedom. Greetings, depending your time zone or anytime you're coming across this video. So I just want you to calm down. Just calm down and listen to this man of God. I saw this video. This man of God really says some things that I know that will happen very, very soon concerning Biafra. Honestly, he said a lot of things here. I don't want to waste time here. But one thing you should do is to like, comment, and share. Watch this video to the end. Because this man of God said a lot of things that you need to listen and hear. Please don't forget to subscribe to this channel if this is your first time. Subscribe and turn on your notification button. Let's listen to this man of God.
Right away, as I want to prophesy, Lord took me by the eagle's wing, and I see myself fly from here right there to Western Europe, near the eastern part of Europe, to go and see what's called a place called Finland, right there in European nation. And as I see myself right there, and the Lord said, the people of Biafra is about to take their destiny into their hands. And what's about to happen that I'm seeing in the realm of the spirit, don't forget that major prophet of God has always prophesied these things from time immemorial. When I start to give the prophecy, a lot of people will doubt, a lot of people will say it's not possible, a lot of people will say, oh, this, that. I am not a prophet who comes to fight anybody. No matter what we say, you are entitled to your opinion, and everybody has what's called freedom of speech. So whatever you say, provided your word is not inciting violence or causing one problem or the other, you are free to air your opinion and not to talk about what comes to things of the spirit, to be able to visualize from the spirit realm and begin to prophesy things that are spiritual, bringing them to the physical realm so that everybody can hear the voice of the spirit, hear what the Lord is about to say, hear it live, because this is what is going to now begin to happen very, very soon. Because as I'm looking at myself right now and the realm of the physical, the Lord took me and the Lord caused me to enter spiritually, and I see myself fly straight away. Major prophet of God finally storm Finland. Major prophet of God finally storm Finland, to be live and direct there, to visualize things spiritually and know everything that is right there in Finland there to begin to happen regarding the people of Biafra. Because this is why what I'm beginning to see a few days ago, where I see what's called radio stations, TV stations, social medias, and different bloggers, and different news works, and different networks, and people from different places. When I see them from different countries, from different places, coming to now look at event that is going to unfold, and begin to look at it. I prophesied to them some days ago. But right now, the Lord has taken the major prophet of God to finally disappear and appear right there in Finland to witness things by myself. And the Lord began to speak to major prophet of God that what is about to happen is called the people of Biafra finally take their destiny into their hands. And after this, I begin to see what's called, this was called in the realm of the physical, this was called government versus government. This is what's called the people of a country versus another people of a country in one country, discussing the best way forward of what's called a amicable way of withdrawals of troops right there in the southeast, right there in the Biafran region of this country. And I began to ask myself, I said, major prophet of God, you are here to look at the future. And the Lord said, I am seeing in the realm of the physical what is called the introduction of full force use of what's called Biafran currency to start to be used in full force. And this was called from the month of, this was called ending of December, January, February, March, April, from now, within now and 2025. And I begin to see what's called, people now begin to see what's called tenable, this was called tenable currency. And it's written right there, Biafran currency. I don't know why. Because when major prophet of God begin to look at the spiritual world, many people will not be happy. They will be angry, but I am doing the work of God. Because the word of God is that the work of God says that surely the Lord God will do nothing on the face of the earth until he first of all has revealed what is about to happen to his servant, the major prophet of God, to oversee and visualize and begin to prophesy them the way they are written spiritually to manifest in the realm of the physical. And I begin to ask myself, I said, what's the meaning of this? Because I'm seeing what's called, this was called withdrawal of troops. And what's called a boundary, and this was called cutting out of boundaries, and this was called United Nations, and people delegate from different countries of the world to come and visualize and also to come and be part of this thing that is about to happen, that's going to unfold. And I begin to ask myself, what's going to happen to the people of Oduduwa and the Arewa and the other places in the country? And the Lord said, this is a step that begins to emancipate everybody. Because this was called the freedom of one, freedom of all. Freedom of one, freedom of all. I begin to look at the spiritual world because I am a prophet that always want to know the secret things that are there so that I can prophesy in the realm of the physical. And the Lord said this was called a government versus government on the face of the country, Nigeria. Then I begin to look at the spiritual world, to look at the people that are already in the seat of power right there, called the governors, senators, House of Reps, this and that, and the people in different categories, and what's going to become of these people. And the Lord says, these people are going to quietly surrender to this matter, because this is what is already spiritually written there, because the people of the country, of the people of Biafra, has decided to take their destiny into their hands. And before you know it, more appointments are given right there. Different people with different appointments. I begin to ask myself, how these people merit this appointment and different appointment given to different people. And I see what's called, this was called, in the realm of the spirit, what's called contractors from the foreign countries. And I'm seeing what's called the best of the Germans, the best of the Europeans, the best of the Americans, the best of the Asians, and the best of different tribes and different continents and different states and different countries coming to now give their best, because this was called a tenable agreement and treaties and different things. And United Nations now voted a seat, and the seat in the United Nations, a seat voted for the people of Biafra to now have their seat right there in United Nations. United Nations. I'm giving prophecy, but sometimes when you give prophecy, many people are not in support because they think you are the one doing it. This is not the work of major prophet. This is not the work of anybody. This was called the work of God, and God is the one showing the major prophet of God the things to see and things to say. Because when I started giving you this prophecy, you thought it was a joke. And that began to tell you things that are going to forward from one place to another, from one person to another, from one person to another. And the Lord began to take the major prophet of God, and has gotten to the time the major prophet of God finally storms Finland. Brakatoshita Brahadisho. Brakatoshita Brahasisho. Rapakatoso Fredila Caponto. Is this what's called against anybody? Or is this what's called the freedom of the people? And the Lord said, this is what's called the freedom of the people. This is not against anybody. This was called the freedom of the people, for the people have cried enough, and the time has come that people say they are going to be the government of the people, by the people, for the people, and the people, and the people alone. Which means if I want to drink water, the water will be legitimate. I will drink the water. That means if I merit to be earning 20,000 and the 20,000 I'm earning is legitimate, I will earn it without fear. Which means if I go to the market and I buy something today in the place where the freedom is given, and I buy something at the rate of 30 naira today, and I go and sleep and come back in a week time, I will still meet it at 30 naira. And I go again and travel for 1 month, and I come back again, I still meet it at the same 30 naira. I go here and there, I come back and make things the way they are, which means coming back to originality. Coming back to originality. Because this part of the world that we are is a place where we need to be very strong. We are in a part of the world where we should be the ones to feed the whole world. We should be the one to feed the nations of the world. We should be the one to take care of the countries of the world. But our strength has been limited, has been shattered, has been weakened, has been truncated and frustrated and made to be pocketed and benched right there and corrupted and destroyed, that we should not have the strength that we ought to have. But it has come to pass that this day God has finally revealed to major prophet of God, as major prophet of God storms Finland to see things myself in the realm of the spirit. And the Lord said, this is what's called, people go to the market today, they buy a phone at 20 naira, they go back tomorrow, and the stability of economy. This was called stability of economy. This was called stability of everything. This was called stability. This was called perfect security. This was called development. This was called marching to the world powers and taking over. And the first shall be the last, and the last shall be the first. And this was called the development of different kinds of technology and different kinds of scientific understanding and different kinds of myths and different kinds of medical discovery and different kinds of what's called scientific discovery to go to the moon and also go to the sun. And I'm seeing in the realm of physical, I'm seeing in less than 3 years, and I'm seeing what's called the state of Biafra now launch what's called the satellite that gives the people free data everywhere, every street. And I see this was called bloggers, and this was called Facebookers, and this was called people on social media. This was called people that use data, and people come out as you enter into the road, free data everywhere. People can use data in their houses. This was called everywhere completely developed, and things are flowing the way it ought to flow. And I see what's called the white themselves coming in to now look for job, where you can now give them jobs, and you can tell them to be, help you keep their compound, help you do this, help you do that. And I'm sure what's called the citizens being paid money, citizens being paid money, and people who are working paid money, elderly people taken care of, younger people are paid money and taken care of. This was called free education. This was called good governance, and this was called everybody participatory citizens of everything that is going to unfold. Because major prophet of God, many people will never ever believe the prophecy until they see with their eye. And that's why, by the grace of God, all of this while, God will always tell the major prophet of God things to prophesy and the way they are. A major prophet of God, by the grace of God, I will step out here and prophesy them the way they are, without adding salt or adding water or adding oil or adding artificial, making it to be raw and real the way they are, without fear or favor, without anything, but making it raw so that people who need to see will see. Because it shall come to pass, and there will be what's called government versus government negotiation and agreement, and things can now be done based on power. A lot of people are going to take their destiny into their hands, and the people of Biafra should not begin to rejoice that they are the only one who has done the unthinkable, who has surprised the nations of the world, who has made the world to be surprised at what they are up to. Because as they are busy, I'm sure that the people of old do at the same time doing their own and also imagine also. And I see the people of Ariwa also doing their own and they imagine right there. And the world begin to wonder what's going on here. What's happening all over the place? Major prophet of God is to look at the spiritual world and prophesy things the way they are. And you begin to pencil it down. Because when you pencil it down, you will now be able to know that when they begin to fulfill, you know that God has already seen it all. And that's why when I begin to sing the song, I say, the Lord has done it all, nothing remaineth. The Lord has done it all, nothing